Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. I'm Kamala Nellen. My website is kamalanellen.com, and I am the author of Working In, the Elite Athlete's Guide to Working Out from the Inside. This program is meant for anyone who wants more skill in life. So I left the ashram, I left the feet of the master in 1995. And I began teaching yoga classes and have also had an extensive training in the Iyengar method. So I could offer my students not just solutions for body challenges, but also for the mind and skill in life that I had learned from the master. One day I was attending a Major League Baseball game. It was 1999, and I had a flash of insight that I had a solution to not only the body challenges, but to the epidemic of drugs, cheating, and damage to athletes' bodies and minds. We know athletes cheat to garner fame and fortune. And when they stretch the limits of human potential, however they do it, we love to see it, and people pay a lot to see it. But cheating's been happening even since the Olympics in 776 BC. Athletes used opium, wine potions, and hallucinogens. In 2022, it was estimated that 11% of high school athletes use steroids. And in 2023, it was estimated that up to 20% of elite athletes use performance-enhancing drugs. It's hard to determine the actual percentage because of testing protocols and the ability to mask drugs. What we do know is that steroids have dangerous side effects: hypertension, weak tendons, liver problems, aggression, and crime. And we know that resorting to alcohol to de-stress can derail a career. Wouldn't you agree that the issue needs addressing? So I created my program, The Art and Science of Working In, so that athletes could learn to take charge of themselves and where they want to go. And most importantly, remain resilient in body, emotionally calm, and mentally clear, using only the most natural means. In 2011, I rolled out my foundation program. From the decades of study, experience, and teaching of these time-proven tools that lead to stellar performance on the stage, on the performance field, and also for skill in life. I've seen it with my clients. I've experienced it myself over many years. So I'll share with you a few stories of athletes that I worked with when I first started doing this. Have you ever held your breath underwater for more than a minute? Well, a free diver, Doc Lopez, came to me back in 2006. He had the US record for free diving, and these guys stay underwater for 9, 10, 11 minutes. But he wanted to beat his record, and he experienced incredible fear during his long dives. So we worked together, and I gave him a yoga technique for focusing the mind. He did beat the US record and gave the technique to someone who beat the world's record. Then there was a young baseball player who was very slight of build and shy, and he came to me also for mental practices. His mom texted me after the first session, and she said, and I quote, "Last night at practice, my son hit all the balls pitched to him, and he hit a home run over the center field fence. He was very light on his feet, moving from place to place on the field, making all the right defensive moves at second base. He was like a butterfly, gliding while mentally sharp. Again at bat, he hit a double." And then after the second session, she texted again, quote, At the batting cages right after your session, there were a bunch of parents just watching him in awe. He said he wasn't even trying hard, yet eyewitnesses say he was hitting very hard and far, end quote. Joseph was in the zone. I also worked with a junior college softball team, and they had been fighting on the bus and losing all their games. After we worked together, they ended up winning a regional title. A university team, exhausted and on their way to finals, also in the middle of a competitive season, we worked on recuperation. After the session, one of the girls came up to me and said she felt that she had slept 8 hours. There was also a high school cheerleader who had fallen in an international competition, and she was terrified it was going to happen again the following year. She ended up sticking a perfect performance. A swimmer came in second in the nation in a relay race, and it goes on. Can you see how valuable this work is? Well, back in 2010, I was having a Coke with a Major League Baseball player scout, and he said to me, "How can you coach baseball players? You've never played baseball." I said, "I know common threads that athletes have challenges with: avoiding injury, overcoming fear, managing their hectic schedules, recuperating fast, avoiding inner and outer distractions, and team synergy. The method I created gives powerful and often quick results, like Joseph had, like these other clients had. Clients also report better sleep, and they go out the door smiling when we work together. One father recently told me his high school baseball playing son was fairly jumping out of his skin. He was so excited to have a solution to his issue. Within a short time, these athletes have seen measurable results and increased their performance and in their ability to navigate the stress of the elite track. The program is meant to be a complement to sport-specific training or whatever endeavor you are in, and it will measurably increase performance without damaging the mind, the body, or doing anything illegal. I worked with the CEO of a major international company who had back issues. We fixed him up and he went dancing out the door. He was one of my favorite students. So in conclusion, I'll just say athletes and high achievers can be prepared to take control of themselves without the need to resort to outside crutches to sustain peak performance. Rather, they will be supported and empowered using only the most natural means. They will thrill us with spectacular performance still, and they will stay resilient. You can contact me at www.kamalanellan.com. And stay tuned. I will be sharing more stories of my time studying under a great master of yoga. Thanks for listening.